everybody. I'm Miss Chen, for those of you who don't know me, and today I'm going to be reading a story for both my class and for Mr. Anderson's class. So if you're not with me and you don't know who I am, I'm also partnering up with Mr. Anderson today to read a story with you guys. All right, so the story is Who Do You Look Like? By Amy Bin, illustrated by Katie Zolnowski. So first thing we do is we look at our picture in the front. And what do we see? I see what looks like a boy, like an older young adult man, a woman, an older woman, and an older man. And so I'm just going to assume by looking at this picture, I see four adults, two older, two younger, that we might be reading about a family. It looks like this could be mom, dad, brother, and sister. I may be wrong. I guess we'll check it out. But the title, Who Do You Look Like, also gives me a clue that we might be reading about a family because usually we tend to look like the people in our family, and I think we're going to find out why. So let's go to the first page. Carrie and Jeff are sister and brother. They look alike, but they also look different. So there we go. We have Carrie and Jeff, brother and sister, and we see that they're different. One has a square and a circle, and these have two squares, so we're going to see what that means. Carrie and Jeff have traits. The traits are in their DNA. And so when we talk about traits, we see this here. We're talking about maybe what color their eyes are and what color their hair is. I, for example, have brown eyes and black hair. Carrie and Jeff get their DNA from their parents. Who do they look like? So we see these are their parents. Who do you think they look like? Do they look more like mom or maybe more like dad? And this strand here is their DNA. It's in our body and it tells us what we're going to look like. Carrie has brown hair like her mom. So Carrie got her hair from her mom. Jeff has blonde hair like his dad. So we see this hair is much lighter, and this comes from his dad. Carrie has brown eyes like her mom. Eyes is another trait. Jeff has blue eyes like his dad. Carrie is short like her mom. So they're the same height. Jeff is tall like his dad. So we see the two men over here, Dad and Jeff, are both tall. That is another trait. Who do they look like? Who do you look like? Do you think you look like your mom? Maybe your dad? Maybe you look a lot like your brother or sister? Or maybe like me? Believe it or not, I actually kind of look like my grandma from my dad's side. And so her traits were much stronger. Usually we look like someone in our family, whether it's the same hair color, the same eye color, maybe the same nose, the same eyes, similar mouth or ears, all of these things. The end. So now we're gonna answer a few questions about what we just read. Okay, so now we are looking at the questions related to the story we just read. Number 1, Carrie and Jeff are sister and what? So we click here. Are they sister and alike? Parents? Traits? Brother? Or DNA? Carrie and Jeff are sister and what do you think? They are sister and brother. Yeah. Carrie and Jeff look. Do they look alike? Do they look parents, traits, brother, or DNA? Carrie and Jeff look. They look alike. And they look alike because they're brother and sister. They both have a few traits from their mom and their dad. Carrie and Jeff have special Oh, let me scroll down so you guys can see that. Parents, traits, brother, or DNA? This is kind of a trick question, but you can still think about what answer you think is correct. They have special traits. So they have special hair that might look different from each other or from others, and they have special eye colors. Number 4, these traits are in genes in their alike, parents, traits, brother, or DNA. So these traits are in genes in their what? In their DNA. Number 5, Carrie and Jeff get DNA from their who? Who did they get their DNA from? Who did they get all their special traits from? Alike, parents, traits, or brother? They get their DNA from their parents, their mom and dad. Okay, we're not going to do this part. So there you go. We answered a few questions about traits and the story that we read. So if you'd like, you can review the story and you can think about who do you look like. Some people might say, man, you really look like your brother. And you and your brother, or you really look like your mom. You guys have the same color hair. You guys are both tall. Or you can say, I have a few things from my mom, a few things from my dad. All right. See ya.